who got him. Some NBA news from early Thursday morning. Lakers and Anthony Davis made it official. 27-year-old All-NBA forward has agreed to a 5-year, $190 million deal to remain with the defending champions. He's the third Laker to make first-team All-NBA in his first season with the team. Kareem and Elgin Baylor, the other two. Here's Davis on why he wanted to remain a Laker.
I thought it was just a great thing to go 5 years and be here in a place that I love and don't plan on going anywhere. So I don't think it was a doubt that I was, going to come back. It was just trying to figure out all the logistics and what was best for me and my family. And ever since holding that trophy, I just want to do it again. You want to hold that trophy over and over and over, and you get addicted to winning. So I want that feeling again.
So the 5-year max tied for the third largest value in NBA history, behind only those signed by Russell Westbrook and Steph Curry in 2017. Previous largest in Lakers history was the one that LeBron signed for just over $150 and 18. Last season, Davis earned his fourth first-team All-NBA selection after leading the Lakers with 26 points per game. Marked the first time in LeBron's entire career that one of his teammates led his team in scoring. Now LeBron will play at least 3 more with Davis. Frightening thought for the rest of the league, considering they were the first pair of teammates to make first-team All-NBA in the same season since 2007. Shaq and Kobe, the only teammates to do that in 3 straight seasons since the merger. Now, Davis signing the max with the Lakers was always how this part of his story ended, right? From forcing his way out of New Orleans to get to L.A., then winning a title, seeing the Lakers significantly improve the depth of that team after winning said title, with players like Montrezl Harrell, Dennis Schroeder, and Marc Gasol. What other outcome was there to this part of his career? I would suggest none. What is interesting about the Lakers as constituted is that where there was, I think, a bit of uncertainty about what they might be, what they could be last year, well, we now know the answer to that, and we also now know that they're better. So good luck to everybody else in the West. Day after being traded to the Wizards, Russell Westbrook took to Twitter to thank Houston for believing in my ability to make an impact and making my time in Houston a great experience. He went on to say he's looking forward to my next chapter with the Washington Wizards next season and getting back out on the court. Meanwhile, the Rockets head coach Stephen Silas addressing the rumors surrounding James Harden.
Well, I haven't spoken to him since the trade. And to be honest with you, in situations like this, this is 22nd year in the NBA. And when stuff like this kind of happens, where there's a little indecision and stuff going on, I kind of take a step back and allow guys some space. So from my perspective, my communication has been, I'm giving you space. Guys like that need that. They need to figure it out, and they don't need someone banging on them all the time to kind of figure out where they're at. As far as the organization, I'm not sure. I can only speak for myself, but I'm looking forward to him coming, and I'm looking forward to the whole group being on the floor together.
Harden is coming off the most prolific 2-season scoring span since young Mike in the mid-'80s. Those are the only instances since
agreeing to a 2-year, $85 million extension. And in doing so, he also waived his player option for next year. So LeBron is guaranteed to be in the purple and gold for the next 3 years. And then 24 hours later, Anthony Davis does what we all really expected him to do. He re-signed with the Lakers to the tune of $190 million over 5 years. So if you're a Lakers fan, you've got to be thinking multiple championships are on the horizon, right? That was a topic today on First Take when Stephen A. Smith was asked, who will win more titles over the next 3 years, the Lakers or the field?
I'm rolling with the Lakers. I think the Lakers have a chance to three-peat, not just repeat, three-peat. I think right now, as this season is presently constructed, it's the Lakers and everyone else is a distant second coming into this season. LeBron is obviously 36. By that time, he'll be 37, going on to age 38. And I think that's where the run ultimately ends, with a three-peat. I think it's entirely possible that the Lakers three-peat. I'm not going to say a guarantee because of injuries and all of that other stuff, but I'm as pretty close as I can get to a guarantee that the Lakers are winning the title again this year. That's how distant I consider them to be from everybody else, unless James Harden lands in Brooklyn. I think the only shot that exists in the field for anybody to knock off the Lakers is if James Harden ends up joining KD and Kyrie in Brooklyn. Outside of that, I don't think anybody has a chance at knocking off the Lakers this year. I'm going with the Lakers over the field.
Yeah, I mean, he said three-peat. I wonder how that sits with the Denver Nuggets, for example. Remember, they've been coming for the last few seasons. They fell short against LA in the conference finals this past season in the bubble in Orlando. This is a talented team. Jamal Murray, Nikola Jokic have been excellent. Their head coach, Mike Malone, excellent as well. But they still don't seem to get the love that they feel they deserve. Listen.
Even now, they're talking about how Clippers lost. They don't think about how Nuggets won. So we don't care that nobody give us some respect. So we're gonna be there. Just by someone doesn't give us respect doesn't mean that we take their opinions.
Just wait with us. It's not like we won the championship last year, so we're gonna keep grinding. Keep going through the kinks, and find a way to get to the championship.
Another team that would love to compete with the Lakers is in Phoenix. And talk about surprising. Remember, the Suns were a perfect 8-0 in the bubble. Still wasn't enough to make the playoffs, though. But now they've added 10-time All-Star Chris Paul to join the young star Devin Booker. And things are definitely looking up in the desert.
I'm excited. That's what we've been talking about a lot of time on here. But we're not going to get too ahead of ourselves of, trying to live up to the expectations that everybody has for us. Never been that type of guy. I have in-house goals. We have in-house goals as this team for this culture. So, we're going to stick by that. And that's what we're going to do. Worry about what we have to worry about. And that's winning basketball games. And that's developing this team.
All right, focusing on those two teams, the Nuggets and the Suns, Denver finds itself with the third shortest odds to win the West behind those two teams in LA. Booker and the Suns, they have the sixth best odds to win the West. That's according to Caesars Sportsbook by William Hill. But remember, Phoenix has not even made the playoffs in 10 years.
Sage, ahead of Saturday's surprise undefeated showdown, stand by for the deciding factors in the top 20 matchup with potential playoff implications when SportsCenter continues in 30 seconds. Adrian Wojnarowski joining us now with much more in the story. Woj, considering AD is approaching his prime, why did he choose the max of 5 years as opposed to a shorter 2 or 3 year deal here?
Kevin, doing the longer deal hit on some more elements, some key elements that were important to him. Number one, guarantees him that $190 million. Remember, he has an option after the fourth season. So he'll be 32 years old and be able to go right back into free agency with, presumably, if he's healthy, could get another max contract. And now he's aligned with LeBron James under contract. He's actually under contract for one more year than LeBron. But he and his agent, Rich Paul, they had to make a lot happen to get from New Orleans, to get the trade to the Lakers. They won a championship, and I think it just made sense to him to make that longer commitment. The Lakers is where he wants to be.
As you said earlier on Get Up this morning, he's come full circle here, getting that long-term deal, also a ring. Woj, hang tight. Sage coming right back to you on a big trade you broke last night, Sage.
Yeah, this trade that's sending former league MVP Russell Westbrook to the Wizards in exchange for the five-time All-Star point guard John Wall. Both players had recently made it clear to their soon-to-be former teams that they wanted to be moved, and they'd both get their wish. Wall leaving D.C. after a decade, Westbrook leaving Houston after just one season. Here's Rockets' new head coach Stephen Silas.
If it weren't for Russell Westbrook, I probably wouldn't have this job. So the fact that he vouched for me in the interview process was one of the first things that I thought of when the trade was made. The second part of it is how dynamic John Wall has been in his career and some of the nightmares that I've had trying to defend him. I'm looking forward to him coming, and I'm looking forward to seeing what the team looks like.
Back now with Woj for more on this blockbuster trade that, again, you first broke last night. Let's start with Houston, because the questions now have to turn to James Harden, right? He's told the team he wants to be traded to the Brooklyn Nets. Silas said today he's trying to give Harden his space. So, Woj, how will this Westbrook trade impact Harden's situation?
I mean, here's the thing, Sage. The Rockets don't know. They hope that what they hope for is John Wall regains his all-star form that he finds after being out for 2 years, and that he can find a chemistry with James Harden. The one thing the Rockets have going for them is Harden is under contract for 2 more years. That gives them a cushion, allows them to buy some time here for Wall to try to get back and work his way back into a high-level playing shape. But they have never wanted to trade James Harden. They have wanted to keep him. They're hoping that maybe a reemergence of Wall's career helps to make the case, but they don't know for sure that it will.
Yeah, almost exactly 2 years since he's played an NBA game. It'll be interesting to see how long it takes him to potentially get back to that form. As for Wall's soon-to-be former team, the Wizards, Woj, why do they think Westbrook will fit alongside Bradley Beal better than John Wall did?
Well, start with this. He wants to be in Washington. He wants to play with Bradley Beal. And Scotty Brooks, his old coach from Oklahoma City, is excited to coach him again. And I know this about Russell Westbrook right now. He has been very bothered by the discussion around him in the last month's year about the kind of teammate he is and criticism that he's taken. He's felt from people that he has not been a great teammate. Those who played with him would tell you differently. I think he feels very strongly about what a loyal teammate he is, how he worked to fit in Houston, and I think he's very determined in Washington to make it work, to be a great point guard for Bradley Beal. Remember, he could be a free agent after this season. Washington wants very much to keep him there long term. Russell Westbrook will be a key to that.
Beal and Wall just...
I think it's strictly a function of they don't think he's healthy enough to really realize his full potential on the football field right now. So I think everything is all systems go as far as how they feel about him, looking at this from the outside in. And this really is just a function of, is he able to do all the things he needs to do as far as throwing the football, or can he not? And as Adam just alluded, if he right now is sharing reps with Ryan Fitzpatrick, then that leads you down the path of believing that they're just not comfortable putting him in there yet, and they should go with Ryan. Simple as that for the short term.
We will see how this plays out the next 48 hours, and more to come with Lewis and Adam.